Celebration of Pakistan Foundation Day has given separatists in Kashmir an opportunity to further their anti-India agenda. Barred from attending the celebrations in Pakistan High Commission this time, separatist leaders resorted to baiting India in Kashmir itself. Pak agent Asya Andrabi draped the office of her outfit in Kashmiri in color of Pak flags and even attempted to brainwash young children by placing Pak flags in their hands. The brazenness has raised questions about the free leash accorded to anti-India agents as well. Now, my colleague India Today, Gaurav Sawant, is joining us at the moment as well. Now, Gaurav, we've seen every time in Pakistan Foundation Day, these elements spring out, openly endorsing Pakistan, shouting their slogans, brandishing their flags as well, only going on to show that Pak is just making false promises. When Pakistan Army Chief says we will crack down on terrorism, these are proxies of Pakistan operating with impunity in India.
You know, Asya Andarabi comprises the minuscule minority in Kashmir that waves Pakistani flags for television cameras, and this is actually an incident that takes place every year, same time, same place, only for television cameras, and the moment cameras are switched off, it's back to business as usual. It's almost similar to the waving of Pakistani flags or Islamic State flags in downtown Srinagar after the Friday prayers. It's only done for television cameras. It's only done to send a message across to Pakistan, which sources and intelligence agencies claim is the only way that they get funded by Pakistan. So it's only to get funds from there, whether it's through the Hawala racket, whether it's through other means, that these separatists and their proxies and Pakistan's proxies wave Pakistani flags. That's point one. Point two, the government often registers cases against them, but does not pursue it to its logical conclusion because they also keep the separatists in good humor. The overall talking point is that at least then these separatists are used to as a security valve, as a safety valve, to let some of the pressure off, and then the situation comes back to normal. But this time we are told that the government intends to pursue it to its logical conclusion. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen.
Okay, let me go across to Shuja as well. Now, Shuja, Asya Andrabi arrested earlier in 2010, let off. 2015 arrested, let off. Now, for how long can we have appeasement of elements like Asya Andrabi specifically at a time where is the BJP-PDP coalition in the state?
Well, Devina, that's a very important question. In fact, this is something that a lot of people have been asking. What really is the policy of the government when it comes to, handling separatist leaders? Of late, what we have seen is that separatist leaders like, top leaders like Yasin Malik, Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq are put under house arrest or arrested, and then they are, left out again. Like Gaurav was pointing out, this seems to be a tactical strategy employed by the government to ensure that there is some sort of a valve, when it comes to depressurizing the situation. But that really cannot be a long-term solution or a long-term strategy that, is employed on the ground. Like you were pointing out, when PDP-BJP alliance came together in power, there were a lot of questions being asked as to, why BJP, which is otherwise a very hardline, party vis-a-vis the issue of Kashmir, is doing the exact same thing which was done by earlier governments as well. But there has been really no answers from any of the political leaders.
Well, it's time we get answers, Shuja. It's time we get answers because you have Pak Envoy. You have Pak Envoy in the capital openly endorsing this pro-Pak Azadi League. Thanks so much, Shuja and Gaurav, for joining for the moment. Now, in the light of recent attack on a lady doctor at Sion Hospital, Maharashtra Association of Resident Doctors has filed an affidavit in court saying they would resume duty only after their safety is ensured. This is the second attack that's come to light from the Sion Hospital where a doctor has been allegedly assaulted. First, take a listen into what this lady doctor is saying.
दो घंटे के बाद आराम से डॉक्टर आया और निकाल दो बोला है। तो नर्स आई फिर बाद में फिर उसकी ननन गई, उसकी सास गई, सब जन जा के जब 2-4 बुलाने के बाद फिर बाद में आराम से आए जब तलंग खून पूरा डूब गया और वो जो पट्टी विट्टी किए थे वो पूरा खून में डूब गया। वो पोंछ पाछ के ले गया। मैं बोली देखो जरा आराम से करो, 3 महीने की बच्ची है और उसको इतना ये कर रहे हो। तो दूसरा बार गुस्सा होके गई, बोलती है तुम लोग बड़बड़ कर रहे हैं ना, मैं भी रिचार्ज कर दूंगी।
There was a 4-month-old child in the ward with bronchiolitis. I started giving that child name. And the mother and the relatives are saying कि तुम लोग गलत treatment देते हो, तुम लोग को पकड़ के मारना चाहिए. This is her language. And when the security tried to control her, she hit me on my hand and said कि अगर हमको control किया तो तुम लोग को भी मारा जाएगा. And we are not mad here to do extra duty. Extra duty करे 5-6 दिन हो गए इधर.
Ma'am, how many relatives were there? कितने relatives
There were
थे?
5 relatives.
5 relatives. 5.
5 relatives and the lady doctor saying that she was beaten up. The patients having a version that she was negligent. Now Mayuresh, my colleague, is joining us. Mayuresh, it just speaks about the trust deficit that we're seeing in government hospital between the patients and the doctors, and it's only fueling the medical crisis that we're seeing in the state. Are we looking at any resolution?
Certainly we are looking at a resolution because we have been given to understand is that the MAR delegation will be meeting Maharashtra CM. Maharashtra CM had just he has made a statement on the floor of the house that MAR doctors or the doctors who are on the strike, they should not go on the strike because patients are ultimately suffering, and whatever their concern is about the security, about their other demands also, government is capable enough to handle that, and government has assured them that they will provide them a security. So certainly we are hoping that within next 1 hour or 2 hours we'll get some kind of resolution and this deadlock of strike will break.
Okay, Mayuresh, on that note, let's take a listen into some of the reactions that are coming in. You catch your breath as well. We're taking a listen into reactions that are coming in of the Health Minister of Maharashtra and also from the Maharashtra Medical Association. So after thousands of doctors of Indian Medical Association in Maharashtra have shunned work, now over 40,000 resident of doctors in the national capital are set to go on a mass leave as well, though, as negotiations are on in Maharashtra. We've got some reactions at the moment of the story. Let's take a listen. All right, let's go across to my colleague Parbeena, who's joining us at the moment. Parbeena, who's tracking the developments in All India Medical Sciences Institute. Now, Parbeena, we're seeing that this medical crisis, which started from Maharashtra, finding solidarity with the Delhi doctors as well, and patients being inconvenienced there as well. Now, take us through what's happening at AIIMS.
Well, we see that the patients are coming in. The problem here is that we see that doctors are, addressing patients who really need help. What we understand is that, the Delhi, only the Residents Doctors Association is not working today. And from tomorrow onwards, the Delhi Medical Association will not be working. Only emergency cases will be addressed. Today, the Residents Association, and tomorrow, the Delhi Medical Association. This is the pattern they'll work. They're upset how things are handled there. There are patients who are coming in who really need help are addressed by doctors, but most of the residents doctors are saying no. They are trying to even tell the patients that this is their problem as well. It's a very difficult situation. Here is the plight of the patients who have come from far away places, far from places. Here is the plight of doctors who are saying that understand our situation. We need to work in a safe environment, and in solidarity with their colleagues of Maharashtra, we have to do this. So until and unless it is really emergency, we will not, so that our voices are heard and there is a solution which comes from the government, because they are upset how the Maharashtra government has handled it and has instead tried to shift the blame to the doctors and saying that this is not how they should go about it. And hence they are upset and they say we will join, and the support from the capital is there. There's a support growing from the capital, in fact, and from tomorrow onwards 40,000 doctors, Devina, will not be working in solidarity with the cause from 40 state and central government hospitals who will not be working tomorrow onwards. And today only the Residents Doctor Association are not working at the moment.
So 40,000 doctors are on strike in the capital. Any outreach right now being done by the government, because that will cripple completely the healthcare services across the capital as well, Parbeena?
Well, the government has not reached them. There is a, they are discussing as we speak now. The Delhi Medical Association is in a meeting now, and they are addressing the press now that how they will go about it from tomorrow. The government hasn't reached the Delhi Medical Association doctors for sure, and even hasn't reached the Residents Association Federation so far. This is just for solidarity, so nobody has reached them or nobody has appealed them that they should not go for this strike or they should not support the Maharashtra doctors and this man. And nobody has reached from the Delhi's government side. They are in a meeting. They say that they will go big with it from tomorrow onwards. Only the emergency cases, and especially patients who are coming from outside to Delhi will be handled. And today also we have seen some cases which have come from other states. Maybe not that, not that an emergency situation, but they're still addressing as much as they can. They are still helping them, but they're also trying to explain their situation and sending them elsewhere. They're saying that this is important, and one has to understand their plight as well. As much as they understand the patient's plight, one needs to understand their plight as well. So it's a very, very difficult situation. And in such case, the doctors are saying the government should intervene and should come out with a solution. Otherwise, they wouldn't give up and would continue to support the Maharashtra colleagues.
Okay, thanks Parveena for joining us. Interestingly, the Indian Medical Association study points at how there's over 70% cases of doctors' violence in the workplace, and 46% of those cases happen at the ICU itself, and doctors are assaulted. And on your screens were also the visuals of novel way of protesting at AIIMS, the doctors wearing helmets now to send across that message.